Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Creating Your Capacity workshop. Happy Friday, everybody, or whatever day you happen to be catching up on this live. I am really excited. I have intentionally carved out time to spend with you all today for multiple reasons. Usually, and I share this often, usually my Tuesdays and Fridays are coaching days where I am full steam ahead with work and meeting with clients and having coffee chats and all the things. And so I'm excited today that I get the opportunity to close my lunchtime schedule out for a little bit and then really convene and connect with you guys at a new level. I have sent an email out to our community. I know you all will be coming in as you find time, but I want to go ahead and get started. I want to make sure that we utilize our time wisely today and talk about creating capacity. All right. I have taken some notes today, so I'm really excited as well. Do me a favor if you are watching this, whether you're watching live now or you're catching the replay, would you do me the favor of sharing this live with a sister friend, a goal friend, a business bestie, somebody who is in your corner in relation to building more capacity? That's the person that you call on when you feel like you're maxed out. That's the person that you call on when your children are absolutely doing the most and you're like, I need a break. This is the friend that you dial up when you're dreaming about your business and you're envisioning some new things, some bigger things. That friend, I want you to share this live with her, okay? Because today we're going to dive into what is capacity and how do I create more of it in my daily life. For those of you that might be new here, okay, you might be a little new. You're like, Christina, usually, and I'll share this with everybody. You may be new here, or you might be saying, you know what? Who is this lady with this mohawk? I'm trying to figure out what she has going on in her world. I am Christina Garrett. I am a pastor's wife and I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 incredible but very loud children who you all might hear on accident sometime throughout this live. I have been in this space for the last 10 years plus, okay? And so I have seen with my own eyes the journey that comes with women leaders building out capacity, where we make the decision how we're going to move slowly but surely towards the woman that we want to be, okay? And so I have, and I'm going to go live in our group today too. Hold on one second. Done, go live. There we go. I have been honored also, hey everyone, to see, hey Jamie, what's going on, sister? To see the transition that has happened in the lives of women who are called to lead. Okay. We have seen us move from being matriarchs, quote unquote, only. We've transitioned into working moms, homeschooling moms. Oh my goodness. When we think about all of the roles that we play, we are mothers, we are wives, we are girlfriends and lovers and daughters, and we're supposed to be helping to keep up homes and educators and attorneys. We have so many different roles that we as women are playing. We're taking our space, right? We're moving forward as women who are creating exponential change in our communities. However, let me tell you guys where we get stuck sometimes. Good morning. Where we get stuck sometimes is we're also in the lead for some other things too. Okay, we're not just in the lead when it comes to starting businesses and being educators and innovators and birthing movements. We're also in the lead when it comes to stress. We're also in the lead when it comes to feeling overwhelmed. We're also in the lead that no matter how you're working to set your house up in a different way, we're also in the lead sometimes when it comes to being hands-on with the children, right? Like, I'm grateful I have a very active, wonderful husband, right? But if we're homeschooling, most likely, very often, I may be the one who's here at the house with the children more than he might be due to work schedule, okay? So we're in the lead in some ways, and then we're also in the lead in some others where we're having to make some decisions, having to make some changes because the level of capacity that we have right now is not working. Okay. It takes a woman, a real woman, to look at her life, look at her schedule, and make the determination right now in this space, this is not working. That's okay. This is where we begin to pull on what's my capacity saying? What's my body physically saying? How am I navigating feeling overwhelmed? I have said to several clients in the past, overwhelm isn't a bad thing. Overwhelm is a teacher. Okay, overwhelm tells us, you know what? God has given you all of these things, good morning, that you have asked about. You prayed about significant other, you prayed about the children, you prayed about this bigger home that you've been asking for, you prayed about this, and you prayed for God to touch your business and all of these things. He said yes to what you asked for. But there can be times where we sit in, you know what? I now have all of the things that I prayed about. How do I handle it? And so today's workshop, today's lunch and learn, our time together is for us to illuminate, how do I create more capacity in my real life? And then from that place, I begin to create momentum and create work in the world that matters. Okay. So if you're new here, I'm Christina. I'm a productivity coach for working moms and women leaders with families. My clients are attorneys and counsel women. They are educators and school starters. They are therapists and counselors and superstars. We got an actress in here and women who are doctors and all kind of really amazingness. And they come here to the Mamathon space because we are women who want to change communities. We want to create national initiatives. We want to do more. We want to serve more. We want to scale our businesses. We want to do all the things. But somewhere in here, I need to take the superwoman cape off to do it. Somewhere in here, I'm wondering, how do I create that result, that opportunity, that partnership? But how do I do it without feeling like I'm burned out? Okay. And so that's what we're going to settle into and soak into today, is the idea of creating more capacity. So I am a wife. I've been happily married 18 years. I am a mom of 5 incredible children. We are a homeschooling family. We are a ministry family. And our work is ingrained in making sure that you're successful in the things that you created that you want to do as well. Okay. So on your journey, all right, let's lean in a little bit. On your journey to creating, to doing, to developing, I want to share what you need to be doing. Often it's not that we lack ideas, okay? Most of the time it's not that we lack ideas. Most of you all are, hey Sharon, most of you all have an influx of ideas, okay? You have so many, you don't even know which one to start with. There's so many of them. I'm so excited. I just want to do all the things. Okay. And somewhere in here, we have to be able to dissect and go through which ones are working and which ones are not. So Sharon says, overwhelm is a teacher. There's nothing like laying in your bed, not wanting to get out to tell you, you know what, I need to do something different. There is nothing like your children running around you in circles. And you said, you know what? These people are all crazy. And then you remember you're their mother. There's nothing like, when my kids is laughing, there's nothing like looking at your marriage or your relationship and saying, sir, you are the problem. And then he just holds up a mirror and says, listen, for every time I'm popping off, you popping off. For every time you said, let's not do this, let's do more of this. We're doing the tag team. We're playing tennis, going back and forth. Well, who's the problem? Okay, who raised you? And we realize we soak in, wait a second, I might be the common denominator with some of this, a good portion of this. So it's not that you don't have great ideas. It's not that what you want to do won't work. Okay. But often we're spread so thin. We are so wide open for all the things that we end up having a problem with deciding what's for now and what's for later. And then we often have an issue with determining how to go and get it. How do I go and get it? How do I create it? How do I produce it at the next level? Okay. Now I want to say this with love. I want to say this with love. This particular training is for women who are creating their own momentum. Okay. This particular talk about capacity and what you want to do and your next level business and what your family is going to be creating and all of this is for women who are creating momentum. It's okay if you like, girl, what business? Or my business is on the shelf. It's okay if you're like, yeah, I had this vision of starting this thing and you're really in start mode. That's okay. Stay and listen. But I have begun to talk to you guys at your next level. Okay, where I say women leaders with families and the women who identify as a leader stand up. I started to say we're women who are change makers. Those who identify as being a change maker do what? They stand up. Those who are creatives and creators and you're birthing something epic and you want to create national initiatives. Yes, the stuff in my town is great, but I'm going to the city level and I'm going from the city level to the state level. And now I'm looking for from state level to national and international organizations. We're talking to women who are creating momentum today, who have ideas that are in motion. Maybe the motion isn't happening. Hey, girl, maybe the motion isn't happening as fast as you want. That's okay. Maybe your momentum isn't turning out the results as fast as you want. That's okay. You're in the right place, but you are in the business of creating your own momentum. You see yourself as a change maker, like my client Shanae said. You see yourself as someone who is called to change communities. You identify as a leader. You identify as someone who creates big plans. And you identify as the woman who follows through on the plan. Yes, I might have to troubleshoot. Yes, I need to work through some things. That's also okay. I'm in that business of figuring it out. And so if you're at the place of, I need to go and read Purpose-Driven Life and figure out what God put me here for, that's okay. We've all been there. But you might want to say, you know what, Christina, I'm going to listen to this live. I'm going to listen to this training. I'm going to listen to these points. And I'm going to get inspired by what I can create. I'm going to get motivated by what's for me. Instead of letting it either, make me feel down and out, or maybe it's not. We don't sit there in those places. Okay. But I want you to get excited. I want you to say, you know what, Christina, I believe in what is available. Okay. I believe in what's available. I believe that this is actually something that I have access to. Some of us are in the phase of trying to make our first couple thousand. We see you, friend. We love you. Okay. We see you, friend. We love you. Some of us are in the place where we are going past the statistic. Okay. Statistic of most women-owned, Black women-owned businesses are struggling to get over 25K. If you're a coach, hey, coaches, the average coach period makes about 50 to 60K. Okay. Maybe you're in the place of getting beyond the statistic, but we got to have, in order for you to get the most out of this training, I need you to go and grab the idea, grab the momentum and say, you know what? I'm ready to go here. All right. I'm ready to go here. So let's define capacity. Okay, let's define capacity. Have you shared this video yet? Go ahead and share it. Capacity is defined as the maximum amount that something can contain, or the maximum amount that something or someone can produce. So they might say a high capacity machine, a high capacity something that cranks out a lot, does the next level of laundry or whatever, right? Those are things that are high capacity. They can hold a lot. But let's talk about a high capacity woman. A high capacity woman. Now, what we started doing, similar to overwhelm, burnout, therapy. If Shanae's still watching, I'm very sure that we tossed this in here too, where we have these buzzwords, self-care, and now we have self-care coaches that are doing work, and just all these different avenues. I think capacity is another one of those words that we're starting to grab a hold of just for good measure. And most of the time, if we are discussing capacity, we're using it in the definition of not having it. If you're going to discuss your capacity, 9 times out of 10, we are talking about how we don't have enough of it. Very rarely, as I am surfing through the internet, do I see people talking about capacity because they're operating at their next level. I have a high capacity to show up, to produce, to deliver, to be at the next stage of my life. Very often, we don't talk about capacity in that manner. 9 times out of 10, when you say, oh, I'm discussing my personal capacity, it's because I feel like I don't have enough. But what if we decided to discuss or look at capacity in terms of space internally? How much space do I have internally to create, to serve, to do, to give, and still honor and give to myself at the same time? How much space do I have to show up in the world? How much space do I have to serve my clients? How much space do I have to take care of my home and make sure my husband is good and my kids are all right? How much space do I have? Most of the time we're talking about capacity, we're discussing the limit of it. So I made certain decisions in how I talk about myself, and then how I talk to you guys about how I believe your capacity is at a high level, almost unlimited. And so this year at the conference, when I every year I gather my clients, hey everybody, for a VIP day with me prior to the actual Mamathon conference. So they come to my suite. I always book the presidential, and they come to my suite, and there's like a living room, dining room, like conference room inside the suite, which is so amazing. And we come and we pull the chairs out and we grab the notebooks and we sit in this exact question. This year, who would you be if you had unlimited capacity, where you stop being defined by where you are right now? What person would you be? How would you show up and deliver in the world if you felt like, I really do have space? I really do have this openness to make this happen. Okay, why is this important? Because the amount that I can contain or hold, the amount that I can produce, is directly correlated to my great results. To my great results. If I feel like I don't have space, I'm not even going to start. I'm not going to move full steam ahead in the direction of my choosing. Instead, I'm going to say, maybe this, maybe that. I'm not really sure. Is this what I actually want? Today, I'm talking to women who know this is what they want. You know, the next level, the big thing, the idea, the big stage, taking your movement, your community, your group to the next thing is what you want. I don't want it to be for people who don't want it. right? You have to have more capacity in order to do the thing you love to do with joy and with lightness. And the problem happens for most of us where we want capacity, but it's not sustainable. Capacity creates sustainability. I do have space for this. I am available. I do got this. I'm able. Okay. So you're somebody who wants to produce great results. When things get hard, your capacity makes sure you don't shrink. I told hi, Michelle. I told one of my clients, here's what's so funny. She said to me, I just know you don't have days where you just want to quit. Like you just want to be done. And I told her with so much love, I was like, I quit the conference every year. I didn't this year and I didn't last year. But that was as a result of coaching, like no lie. I told her, I said, every single year, I think about this is really hard. I'm just going to have like a regular brunch. A weekend is too much. Hey, y'all. A weekend is too much. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to trim it down, make it easy on myself, and just do 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going to do this whole big shebang where the budget is tens of thousands of dollars and all this bigness. Do we need that? Do I need to do any of this stuff? I can just scale it back, tone it down, when in reality, that's not what I actually want. Michelle, I want to go big. You feel me? And so this really is for those who are like, oh, wait, I see this on the other side. I want that. I can see myself there at that next level. I'm supposed to be there. That's for me. And maybe I'm working on creating the path to get there. That's okay, but I still believe it. I still believe that wholeheartedly that this is for me, okay? Your capacity is important when you step up to say yes to great opportunities, okay? Do you feel like you have space to say yes? My husband and I got an email that floated into my inbox last week, I think, and with an invitation to come and speak on parenting and educational choice at the National Black Caucus of State Legislators in Washington, D.C. And so in a couple weeks, we will be throwing our stuff in the bag, okay, to hop on a flight to go with one of our national partners to speak at the National Black Caucus. Us. To feel totally open and completely available to big things. I want to do it big. I want to do it big. I want to have fun with it too. Thank you, Jamie. I'm excited, right? But if I don't feel like I have space to say yes to the next thing, is that going to be what I do? Thank you, sister. Instead, I'm going to pull back. I'm going to shrink. I'm going to say thank you so much. But, I told myself I wasn't traveling anymore the rest of the year. But since my husband can go, we're all going. Well, not all. But since we can make that happen, this is absolutely an unforgettable opportunity. But if you feel like you don't have space, you're not going to go. You're not going to be a yes. You're not going to be a yes. Okay? So capacity is important because it's literally the amount that I can contain or the amount I can produce. Can I produce more? Can I do more? Yeah, I think I can. How will I do that? In what way? How can I make that happen? Capacity is the key. So let's go through our 3 points, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to share what we have coming up. And then you guys are going to go and enjoy your Friday, okay? Let's go there. Number 1, realize that your capacity is a muscle, okay? I've been sharing with you guys that I've been doing these primal movement workouts. I recorded a piece of it. I'm going to post it later. I think I posted it in the group. But I'm going to post it for sure later because this guy has my knees cracking in a good way. He has my backbone doing some things in a good way. I'm trying to readjust to better mobility, to better strength, better stretching, all of those kind of things. I'm learning to accommodate and grow myself, right? Capacity is just like that muscle. You know the one, that hip flexor down in here. You know the one where you rotate a little bit, you rotate back here, but when you go here, you feel a little, capacity is just like that. I like to entertain the thought that learning to stretch into something new can feel uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. It does not mean that you have to modify just because right now in this moment, it feels like it's stretching something that ain't supposed to stretch, but it really is. In this moment, we have to adapt into and grow into being the woman, being the wife, being the mom, being the leader, being the community builder who has space to stretch. I told one of our other community leaders this week, I was like, welcome. Welcome to growth. Welcome to stretching into a new person. Welcome to new opportunities and refining what you want in this world and creating momentum to build something big and audacious. You're gonna feel a stretch. What if the stretch isn't a bad thing? What if you're supposed to be stretching? What if you're supposed to be moving and grooving and mobile and capable, growing into the woman that can hold God's plan for her life? What if that is completely and totally possible? Okay. Jamie says, sometimes growing pains hurt and do. Trust me, when I was doing like some of them lunges and my knees were like, yeah, why are we doing this? But it wasn't that I couldn't do it, Jamie. It was that it was uncomfortable. It wasn't that I couldn't do it. It was that it was burning something that hadn't burned in a while. It was waking something up. It wasn't that I couldn't do it. So what if we look at the space we have in this life, the work that we're doing, and we can become okay with, I do have space. But right now, this is a little uncomfortable. What if that's okay? All right. Capacity is a muscle. It is something that we move and we groove. I'm a little thick, right? But I can do regular plank style push-ups. Okay. I want to, on accident, deviate. Okay. Modify, do something different. But I know I'm only cheating. Listen here. I'm only cheating myself if I don't challenge myself. Let's go with this. The idea of capacity. I am only cheating myself if I don't challenge myself to do the next thing, to be bigger, to do more, to produce more within my current season of life. Okay? So Jamie says muscle memory is real. You can do it. Not that you can't. It's that it's uncomfortable. But if I were to look at my capacity as unlimited, if I were to look at my next level as it's absolutely there and waiting, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to lean into something new. So first off, capacity is a muscle. It's stretchable, it's bendable, it's going to grow as much as you work it. If you don't work if you don't say, I'm able to do this next level thing, then you're always going to pull back. Okay? So number one, capacity is a muscle. Number two, we want more capacity without a target or a deadline. Okay? We want more capacity without a target and without a deadline. So I'll have clients who say, I'm doing the thing. I want to do the next thing. And instead of having an actual point that they're going after, it's, I'm going to get there sometime. It's going to happen eventually. Okay. I was sharing with a client this morning that every summer I have to check myself on becoming apathetic about my goal. Every summer. Now I realize this is how my human brain works. I don't know why. It's what she does. But I got to check myself on my human brain becoming meh. Nah, it'll happen sometime. Man, it doesn't really, I don't have a specific goal for this week. Specific number of workouts I want to get in. Making sure all my clients fall on the days when they're supposed to be there. Making sure I build my capacity for coaching all day. Hey, they tell you about more clients, right? And when you have a client load full, you have to serve them with excellence. Okay, that takes capacity too. So I got to make sure that I have a target. I have a deadline for serving my people, loving my family, taking care of myself, making sure my house isn't completely overrun with laundry, dust, whatever, right? Like paying attention to the things that need to be paid attention to. And I think so often what we will do on accident is we will begin to lose track of the target, lose track of the deadline. You're no longer committed to why you signed up for this in the first place. How does our capacity grow into somebody new and we're apathetic? We're so relaxed. We're so chill. We're like, yeah, I'll get there sometime. Yeah, I'll make that amount of money sometime. And I'll get them any partnerships, sponsorships, whatever, sometime. It'll happen eventually. No, I'm talking to one of our future sponsors who is a major bank. And she was like, listen, hit me up. Sharon, this is for you. Hit me up in February. She said, I'll send some wealth management people to your event for 2025. Sharon. February. So imagine, right? You have a target. You know, my target is always for my conference, fully sponsored, fully sold out. Okay. We have 2025 sponsors already. I got a speaker request or speaker consideration pitch in my email last week. I was like, for next year, for a year from now. So we're doing things without a target. We're doing things without a actual, I want to create this much by this time. I tell my ladies, I'm like, if you're planning a conference or a retreat or an event without a calculator in your hand, what's your target? What are we working towards? What are we building towards? Do you have a number? Do you know what will 100% get you to this picture? Get you to this result? How are we going to do that? The real strategic plan is working it down to the wire so that you don't overwhelm yourself with all of these things and you're stretched in so many different places. What's the most streamlined, easy way for me to get right there? For me to get right there to that place. But our capacity tells us, you know what? It'll happen eventually. Instead of giving ourselves a deadline, instead of giving ourselves a target, every year the conference gives me a target and a deadline to create. And every year my capacity widens so that I become the person that can finish strong. Can you be the woman who doesn't give up too soon? Can you be the woman who, in spite of her feelings, how she's thinking about it, keep going? Can you be the person that sees a why bigger than your own life? That if your life is changed, great. Wonderful. If your life is better, great. But now we got to go to communities. Good afternoon. Now we have to move towards families being changed. Now we have to move towards co-parenting strong and educational choice on the national level. And how are we, hey Mamendra, how we are going to do it at the next stage. I'm glad your life is good. See, this is why I said what I said when I started. Okay. If you are somebody who's like, you know what? I'm just trying to get me together. It's me season and all this kind of stuff. This might not be the live for you. This might not be the workshop for you, friend. I love all of y'all, right? It might not be. If I'm just trying to get myself together and make sure me and my kid and all of this inside my house, bet. But I told the ladies in my tribe, we are here to create exponential change. Make sure your family's firm foundation is secure first, okay? Because the Garrett family didn't pay for the Mamathon conference, right? But in order for us to pour from a full place and change communities, change cities and states, support people's families. Miss Michelle said, mentor the next generation. You got to do this from a full cup, baby. You got to do this. We can't have y'all loving, supporting people across the, we got to go and we're doing retreats over here. We doing this over here. We doing all the things. And my family isn't good. That's why I'm always talking with my ladies about make sure it's sustainable. So that we don't become one of those folks that fall into the start, stop, right? Without reason. Okay. Because I'm always supporting my girls who you need to take a pause. Okay. But we got to make sure we're okay. And then from that full place, from that very full, sustainable place, we're changing communities. We're educating the next generation. We're loving and present with our children. But if you don't have a target, you're going to be thinking about yourself. You're going to be thinking about it's just me. And then that's it. Then that's it. There's no why attached. Because for real, and this is me being honest, there was somebody who said, I can't make it to the conference this year. I'm so sorry. I really want to support you. And I told her, I said, with so much love, I mean this with love. I said, you don't have to come to support me. The event is for you all. It's for you. It's for you to come and see women who are doing it, for you to get access to resources that you might have missed out on if you weren't here. Hi, Stacy. Thank you for being here. It's for you to come and get access to these resources and for you to see what bigger capacity looks like. If Christina, with her 5 loud children, if she can show up and plan something big, maybe I can do it too. So I don't do all of the sweat equity for the conference for myself. For women to come into the room and sit during worship and just tears just roll down their face. And I said, and I've told the Lord, God, if this is all there is, if this is it, if women come to this space, come to this event, and they feel seen and loved and healed and restored and ignited, again, that's enough. So I work my capacity for my community. Y'all hearing me? I work my capacity because I know my community changing, whether it's online, you've never worked with me, for real, you can, right? But whether you come to the conference, whether you leave and feel like it's possible for me to homeschool my kids or start my business or go back to law school or become a therapist or do this or do that, I have capacity to do that. I got space. I can stretch into this new woman. But without a deadline, without a target, without saying there's a bigger why other than myself, are we really going to feel our newfound stretched capacity? And so I show up to be that person for you guys because I'm like, hey, you know what? It's possible. Hey, everybody, it's possible. Yes, you can. It's your time. But you're going to have to set a deadline. And I don't even have on here about it being bigger than you, but it just has to be. Like most of us, we don't even start working out for real until maybe we have people in our life who we want to be better for. Like I'm not trying to check out of here early over something that was preventable. So help me God. Okay, so I'm going to go work out for my stress levels. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take care of myself because I want to be a strong and healthy mother and chase my children and put my kids in a chokehold and all these wonderful things. I want to be able to be that mom. Right? So I'm going to work on my capacity. So when I'm learning the primal movement stuff, I can call my oldest son in, who he got a 10-pack, okay, and say, son, look at this. This is so great. That's me stretching my capacity. It has to be bigger than just us. It has to be. So number one, you realize your capacity is a muscle. Whenever you're learning to do new things or you're becoming somebody new, it might feel uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. Number two, you want capacity, but you don't want to put a target. You don't want to put a deadline on this thing. Okay. Instead, we want to keep it light, keep it fun. I'm going to get there sometime. What God has for me is for me. This is true. I'm going to make it there sometime. Also true. But I'm leaning into a place where I'm looking at what big looks like for me. A friend of mine, she was like, I want to do less of this. I want to do less of this. I want to do this right here. I was like, bet. One of my clients, she said, I don't want to do any of this stuff over here. I said, bet. I'm here to support what you want for yourself. Okay? But no matter what, you will have to build your capacity to become that person. I'm going to put number 2.5. It has to be bigger than you. Okay? It comes from the idea of, or the scripture, God giving seed to the sower. Good morning, good afternoon. God giving seed to the sower. Okay. Does he give us more if we're not someone who is a sow? Is he going to give us seed if we're not going to sow it? Question mark. It's like wanting God to bless you with $1 million. And it's like, you never tithe. You are not a giver. Right? It's like, Lord, give me more, bless me, hook me up, give me all this stuff. And God is like, you do not have the spirit of generosity. I cannot give you abundance. You're not going to treat it right. And so from this place, instead of us, thinking of how we can do things in a big way to support others and be a change maker and become a catalyst for our communities to grow and all this. I'm not saying that you only do things for everybody else. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is the why has to be more than just you centered. Okay. I use the conference as an example. Like, how can we partner to make sure my ladies have the best of the best here? How can we create more change so that they get what they need? But also, how can I deliver a really amazing experience and not be on the street after, right? Like, how do we do both and? So we have sponsor partners for next year's event a year from now already in the queue. We're creating partnerships and conversations already to make sure that the event is next level in every way. We found our venue, like next level in every way, but without it being heavy. Okay, the calling is heavy enough. The doing should feel a little bit lighter. Okay, and it has to be more than just you centered. Why would God give seed to someone who doesn't sow? Why would God give someone capacity if they don't want to help others? And I did not think about this when I wrote these 3 points. I didn't think about that. But God gives seed to the sower. Why would he give you more seed if you don't sow? And why would he help you stretch your capacity if you're not someone that is God is kingdom focused. And if we're not, then we got to do some check-ins. Yeah? Okay. Number 3, you confuse capacity with consistency. Okay, you confuse capacity with consistency. At the start of the live, we define capacity. It is the maximum amount that something can contain and the maximum amount something can also produce. Okay. However, the definition of capacity is the achievement of a level of performance that doesn't vary back and forth from time to time in quality. Okay. Consistency means you keep the same level of performance and it doesn't vary in quality. Okay. You still deliver at the next level. You still show up. I was telling one of my clients this morning, if you say, hey, I'm going to go live one day a week, bet. I'm going to show up for that live. If I am not up to it that day or I'm on mom duty or something else, I'm going to hit everybody with that replay because half the people didn't see that first one anyway. Okay. So it's this idea that I am going to show up with a level of performance that doesn't go back and forth. I'm not all over the place. I'm not falling into these cycles again and again. Some days I'm up, some days I'm down, some days I feel like it, some days I don't. I'm going to exit that frame of thinking. I'm going to leave the start-stop cycle and go to something different. I decided I'm done. I don't want to be that person that shows up sometime and the other times doesn't. I don't want to be the person where my clients reach out and they don't hear anything. I don't want to be the coach that says you need to cancel 36 hours in advance. I don't want to be that coach either. I like to be the coach where they can text me the hour before and say, hey, my kid puked at school. I got to go and do those things. That's a level of giving for my clients. Okay, that I love to give. That's like flexibility at its finest. Okay. So Jamie says, truth be told, we do this already with parenting. Moms don't have off days. This is true-ish. Okay. This is true-ish. I look to schedule when I'm off. I come home and I'm going to lay down. I have taught my teenagers to cook. Who's on tacos, who's on spaghetti. My daughter can cook anything, baby. She can put her foot up in the kitchen. Hey, Lude. So it's not like it's you don't take off days. Okay? But the Bible says the Lord told the Israelites 6 days you do your work. And on the 7th day, sis, you chill. Is anybody here on this live surprised when Sunday comes? Is anybody on this live surprised when Sunday shows up? Nope. Is anybody surprised that today is Friday? Here come the weekend, fam. Nope. Is anyone shocked when Monday comes around again? No. Okay. So what we do instead is we don't work during the times we're supposed to be working. We don't teach so we can delegate. Okay. Fully give something away to someone else that is in our family, on our team, etc. And then later on, we feel like I can't pull back. Okay. So you may have to plan more, business owner, for consistently achieving a level of performance even while you're off. You may have to. I told one of my newer clients who she works in government, she's a government official. And I was like, listen, people blowing up your email, put on that auto responder so that they know the email back is coming sometime. It's coming sometime. It's not going to be today. Don't message me again. It's coming eventually. And the next time I sent her an email, I got the auto responder. And I was like, you go, girl. She did that immediately. That was a way for her to enlarge her capacity and create more space. Where are you not creating space? Capacity is the maximum amount you can contain or produce. Consistency is a level of performance that doesn't jump around over time. What does that mean for you as a leader? What does that mean for you as a mom? What does that mean for you as a wife? Are we in a place of, I feel like it today, tomorrow I don't? Are we letting our feelings drive the car? Are we allowing for where we're thinking of ourselves, our self-concept, to decide what we do on a daily basis? If I let how I see myself drive the car all the time, maybe on the days I feel chubby, I might not go live. But instead, we're deciding what our capacity will be, okay? So, consistency and capacity need to go together. They need to date. And I think, Lou, more in the mastermind, we're going to be talking about this more this year, because as I grow and change as a leader, I'm like, oh, snap. Like, they need to know this stuff. This is good. Healthy boundaries got to go together. Consistent levels of performance need to go together. Being able to hold more and produce more need to go together too. Okay? So when we're thinking about creating an unlimited capacity, capacity is like a muscle. I can stretch it, I can grow it. When you first start jogging, for example, and you can't go a minute, and then all of a sudden you can go 5 minutes because you've been training for a couple of weeks, that is enlarging your lungs capacity. I got more space now. You want to have capacity without a target or without a deadline. You didn't put an end to this thing. We feel like, oh, it's going to happen sometime. It's going to be available to me sometime. Instead of giving yourself a deadline. The conference every year for me is a deadline. You must create this amount by this time. Sold out for this year's event is this many women. Okay? So from that place, I get to make a plan that will create exactly this result. But too often we ask God to give seed to the sower and capacity to the leader, but we don't ask for him to also give us a strong why and motivate us when we don't feel like it. Our why makes sure that we do. And then number 3, you confuse capacity and consistency. Good afternoon. Because you need to go after achieving a level of performance that doesn't go back and forth over time. Okay? It can't be all over the place. It can't be I'm in sometimes, I'm out other times. And, this month I'm 100% in belief that this is for me. And then the month after that, I'm like, never mind. Okay? So the women that usually find their way here, they know they're women that are in momentum. Okay. And these 3 attributes, these 3 questions are for the women who are on the move. Okay. You're like, listen, I'm ready for the next thing. I'm excited about it. I have a belief in it. And I know that I have to be better with creating a plan of action to get me there. Okay. So I'm going to give this again. 1, capacity is a muscle. 2, you got to create a deadline that goes with your capacity. God gives seed to the sower and capacity to the leader. But if you're not going to sow and you ain't going to lead, then what does he need to give you more capacity for? Okay? If you're not going to try to change somebody else's life, why would he give you more seed? If we're going to be us focused, I told y'all earlier, the conference, I don't plan a conference for me. I planned it for the mama like Cherry, who I happened to meet in Starbucks. And I was like, what are you doing in 2 weeks? You should come hang out with us. And she said from that time, her life was just changed. She was like, I finally found people that get me, that love the Lord and are goal-oriented and all of these things. I finally found my people. She said, I didn't have this before. For the women who were like, you know what, I want to do this, but I hadn't seen anybody do it and still honor and love their husbands. The women who are out here chasing on Instagram, single as a dollar bill. We need to see more people who are still in love and still celebrating relationships and family and marriage. Okay? I need to see those women doing it. I need to see more of that. Okay? And then you confuse capacity and consistency. You have to achieve a level of performance over time. Okay. So, in the last 5 minutes of this live, I'm going to share with you guys what we have coming up next. And this is an open door, an invitation for you to come and connect with me on a discovery call. Okay. So, Jamie says, my husband just told me I need to be consistent with my looks. I remember Cherry and I need a wig. Her husband said, baby, what you doing? Listen, some days it's rough out here. You got to plan for your level of performance. Okay. And so most of the time here in our community, in our conference, women come because you have a multi-level of ideas. Okay. Some of us want to host events. Some of us want to create partnerships, right? Where you're like, Christina, I see you're an ambassador for this organization and you have this national organization that's sponsored, or you're partnering with your local government, or you're doing this and this and this. You have ideas. This live is a call to action for women who are like, I have my business, I have my plan. I'm not sure that it's working as fast as I want it to work though. So I need to begin to work out at a new level. Okay. Hi, Sharon. She says, seeing capacity as a muscle is a great way to look at it. Yes. Okay. So maybe you're in the place of needing to refine your process. Maybe, just maybe, the plan of action needs to be adjusted for your season of life. The things that I could do when I had 3 kids, okay, is different now that I have 5. Okay. It's different now that we're homeschooling and I have 3 children in high school. It's different now that I have solid days where my business is blossoming and doing the most. Okay. It's different now. I gotta be able to do these check-ins based on my season of life. Okay. The women that come here, they have ideas that they're creating momentum around. Okay. But I still want to be present while I build it. Like, you're in the place of creating momentum, but I still want to be present with my family while I build it. I still want to rest while I build. And I told my clients this week, and especially the ladies at the conference, I was like, I have never gone to sleep earlier. Like, I was dancing, y'all. This is so sad. I was dancing into my bed at 9:30 last night. Like, woo, I'm about to watch Monk and lay down, and this is amazing. Okay, I want to be present and rested. I don't want to feel like all the time I am working towards getting somewhere, always hustling, always rushing to get to the next thing. I want to know that I'm planning adequately for my next thing, and my level of performance is consistent because I plan. Okay, I don't want to spin around in what if over and over again. Okay. I don't want to, hey, Nicole, adjusting for the season. I don't want to feel like I'm in and then I'm out and this could work, but maybe it won't. And I don't really know. So let's see, like, this back and forth, this in and out that, I'm a little worried about. Okay. And I don't want to feel like this season of my life disqualifies me for the next thing either. Okay. I don't want to feel like my busyness, the ideas that I have that are on my vision board or in my journal. Like, I always have a ton of in my journal. I want to know that I'm a finisher. I want to be a woman who finishes. Okay. I don't want to be somebody that starts and then stops. I'm in and I'm out. I'm up and down and all over the place. I want to be somebody that has a strong why. And I'm moving in that direction consistently. Okay. I want to be that person who has boundaries and balance, who runs her business, plans her event with her budget. And she says, what do I need to do to make this happen? I want to be that person. I want to feel like nothing is out of my reach. That's how I want to, just Christina, maybe nobody else. I want to feel like no opportunity is out of my reach. I just pitched again for a major daytime TV talk show. Nicole, you know which one. I'm like, what is taking y'all so long? Like, why would y'all not hurry up? Okay. So this is your invitation for the women who are creating momentum, For the women who know the next level, this exciting season that I'm planning, I need a different level of preparation to see it through to the finish line. It's for the women who want to be rested and present and efficient. Okay. It's for the women who have loud children like I do. It's for the women who are like, you know what? I want to be able to do the next thing, but does my capacity honor the vision? Okay. And so if you're like, Christina, that's me. That's what I want. You see how we're creating partnerships. You guys see how we're doing sponsorships. You all see how we are building the coaching business. We are taking our ladies out of survival mode. We're moving our community. We're moving our ladies into sustainability. Okay. That's where we're going. All right. That's where we're going. And so I want to do more, dream more partnerships, more results, more presence, but without the burnout. Okay. Without the feeling like I don't have enough of me to go around. I just don't have time for that. Right. And I also choose to plan in such a way that I don't max out before I get done with it. And if I do feel like throwing the towel in and saying, girl, never mind, there are so many, I have intentionally put people around me to say, we can't wait to see what's next. Yes, you got it. Yes, you can do it. Okay. So this is your invitation to connect with me on a call. All right. This is what this live is for women who are building something big. You got ideas. Your business is moving, right? You're showing up in your space, but you know that there's this next level that you want to get access to, that it feels challenging to get to. Okay. This is for the woman who is working. I see you, girl. You see belief in your business. You know it can go there. You know you're a great fit for that thing, whatever your big thing is. I don't know what that is. Okay. You can come and tell me about it though. This is a safe space. This is good soil. I'm a busy mom like you're a busy mom. I'm a loving wife like you love your family. I want to be present. I want to rest more. I want to earn more. I want to do more. I want to serve my community at the next level. And me seeing my capacity at like a muscle, like Sharon said, is the key. Oh, I can develop this muscle. I can lift. I remember when I first started working out where 2 and 3 pound weights were heavy. Now I lift 15s, 20s, 25s. Okay. I roll with the little bit of that big boy. I can do regular grown woman push-ups. Okay. I can work out and strengthen my capacity. I can do more. But in this moment, it might feel a little uncomfortable. Or in this moment, I might feel like this season disqualifies me. I might need to wait until my kids are insert the age. Insert the season of life that it seems like everything will be fixed. It won't be. Right? There is no perfect season of life. So we got to be okay with saying, what does this season require of me? And how do I mesh my season with my dream? How do I mesh my season with my goal so that I can become the person that is ready? Okay. So if you're interested, I have some of my ladies who are clients already who have joined us on the live, but you're like, Christina, I know it's my time. We have 2 options that are coming up. Okay. I still have one-to-one client coaching opportunities that are open. If you have some next level stuff, you want to work through it every single week with me as your coach, you're a business owner, you're a community leader, you want to create partnerships, you want to do the work. And you also have a lot that's weighing on your schedule, your relationships. You're trying to balance multi-layered, multifaceted existence. That's for you. Okay. In addition, we have the Momathon Mastermind that is also on the way. That kicks off in January, okay? So you got the holidays to take a deep breath. You got the holidays to dream big. And then from that place, when January kicks off, we are going full steam ahead with the ladies, with our divas. We are well over half full already. I don't even have my list of amazing women who are joining in. But in this container, we're going to have both one-to-one coaching where we meet every single month, you and I, up close and personal. We have group coaching, training, masterclasses, accountability, strategic planning as a group. And we're going to do a clients only live event in the springtime, which more details will be coming about that as well. But it's only for the ladies who are already working with me. Okay. So you can have the option between choosing one-on-one. You can have the option of if you want to join the mastermind, but let's figure out which one is for you on the call. Okay. So all you got to do is after this is over, DM me consult. Okay. We'll hop on a call. I want you to bring your life story, friend. I want you to bring everything that's working, that's not working, that needs to happen differently, who you want to become, where you see yourself a year from now, 3 years from now. I am every single day putting gasoline on my timber, okay, to become the Christina of a year from now, 3 years from now. Nicole, if I were to execute Mamathon in the most effortless, easy way next year, how would I be planning for that right now? That is a muscle I have to be willing to stretch. Okay. That's a muscle I have to be willing to work on. I got to be willing. If I want to lift heavy weights, if you want to have the Megan Thee Stallion knees and booty, okay, you got to work on that thing. It's not just going to pop up. The moment that you decide to pick up the heavier weight, you got to work your way up to it. Okay. You got to make the adjustments. And so these openings are for women who you already have the idea. You have the vision in your hand. You're like, Christina, I have these ideas. Which idea is for now? Which one is for later? I'm trying to discern that. I want to really, really lean into who I'm supposed to become. That version of yourself is what we're looking for. Okay. So right after this is over, hop in my messenger, say, Christina, I'm ready. I've been watching for a while. I've been thinking about it for a while. I know I want to spend January to June with you in the community. I want to come to the 2025 Mamathon Conference VIP style and do the VIP day with all the ladies. I want to come and stop doing the spin cycle where I start and I stop. I want to earn more. I want to scale my business. I want to secure more opportunities. I want to pitch for great media features. I don't know what to say yet, but I want to do that. When I become that girl, all the doors are open when my capacity is endless, okay? So my family's getting loud. I think I've been back here long enough. It's been an hour. So I look forward to connecting with you guys in Messenger. Such great things are coming down the pipeline here. But everyone that comes will fall into one of two places, either one-to-one coaching or joining the group. But it's for the women who want to earn more, rest more, and show up more consistently, okay? Who feels like their capacity is wide open, even when their kids are home and their baby is just talking and you're trying to figure out what are they in there doing, okay? For those women too, we have so much space, so much love, so much appreciation for your passion. Every woman that comes in this space does something different. They all have a different passion, a different area of expertise, and we all still find a common ground that I am a leader, I am a change maker, I am a community shifter, and I know I'm called to something really amazing, okay? And so if that's you, DM me as soon as this live is over with your takeaway, okay? What did you learn while you were here? And then also let's set up a time to chat, okay? I'll send you my calendar link over and we'll schedule an opportunity for us to figure out what you want to create in the coming year and which option is the best way to serve you, okay? That's it for now, everybody. I love you guys so much. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today, listening to me and to my children, evidently. And I will see you guys next time. All right.